The skit we're going to do now demonstrates the difference between push and pull manufacturing. Pull manufacturing is something you're going to be hearing more about in future months. It's very characteristic of operating in a just-in-time environment. On our assembly line here, we're going to do a fairly simple part to demonstrate a control rod. Down at the end we have Robin Holland, who will be feeding the line. Next we have Greg Cowlett, scheduling supervisor. He will be taking the bearing and putting a nut on it. Okay, under the push system of manufacturing, which is the way we operate today, a given lot quantity is put out into the shop and we manufacture parts and push them on to the next operation regardless of whether they're ready for them or not. For our demonstration, we're going to be starting with a lot quantity of 6. Right now our space requirement is going to be 2 tables. Okay, let's go ahead and fire up the line, see what happens.
We're never going to get these things out.
Okay, let's stop for a minute here and count what our work in process level is. In 20 plus 3 in transit, so we have 23. Okay, let's fire up the line again. Now what we'd like to do is time the cycle time of 1 unit to go through the system under a push system. What we're going to do is take this one colored box and inject it into the end here. I need somebody with a stopwatch and who knows how to use it. Who's got a watch? Who's got a watch here that'll time this unit? Jerry? Okay, let's go.
You guys have all fun. You don't have any fun on me all. A little bit of a problem.
Okay, we just hit the colored unit. What's the time on it?
3 minutes and 10 seconds. Or 9 seconds.
Okay, 3 minutes, 9 seconds.
What do you mean you guys? We're the ones that are doing all the work down here.
Okay, let's keep the line going.
We're working smart on this break time.
Hey, time out. I got a frozen bearing on this part over here. Look at this. This thing ain't working.
You want a cup of coffee?
This is no good. What are you guys doing to me over here? Hey, the guy said...
Okay, let's see what we've got going on here now. We have a potential
I got a bad partner. This is frozen.
rework problem here. Oz has discovered a frozen bearing.
Get out of here.
Okay, under the push system,
This guy's fault.
under the push system now, let's see what our potential rework quantity is. We're going to have to assign direct labor to solve this problem. So let's take a count. What do we have that's a potential rework?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, potential rework quantity of 23 parts. Okay, let's fire the line up again. Now, under the push system, what we find is that if there is a quality problem somewhere along the line, that the rest of the line it's invisible to the rest of the line. So now let's take a tube here, and I'm going to open up both ends of it so that when Joe comes to packaging his part, there's no way he can keep it in. Let's watch what happens.
Whoa! You
gone, guys. Just
Something wrong with this package? Is there an engineer in the house?
No,
Is there an engineer?
probably not.
Well, you got a mess here.
I know that. I can see. You're very observant.
What's the problem?
I can't seem to make this thing stay in.
That's always been a
That could be a big problem.
It gets worse than they can know.
Now you're going to see the fastest forehands in town.
Can you help me out?
Yeah, you have a drawing on that.
Well, I'll have to go to the print crib.
You can't read.
See if you can help me without that.
We supposed to use prints?
Yeah, it goes right through, all right.
Yeah, right.
Well, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to print this in.
But look at... Always go half-fast.
Now we can see that Joe is going to have to work a lot faster and a lot harder, but in the process, the parts just kept being pushed onto him. So we can say that under a push manufacturing, quality problems are hidden.
Housekeeping's terrible down there. Parts all over the place.
Okay, let's stop the line now. Now what we'd like to do is switch to pull manufacturing. Now we are going to change the rules of the game as well as do a simultaneous work in process reduction. Let's get the table cleaned off. 3 at each station. Now under the rules of pull, you can't make parts until the next person is ready for them. As Bob Hall would say, don't make nothing for no one at no time. Make them come get it. Now, there are a lot of things that are involved in making a pull system work, and one of those is reduced setups. Now, traditionally, you'll hear this called something like Kanban, just in time. These are names that are associated with this type of manufacturing. And what we're going to use here are these Kanban stripes. Now, as long as there are 3 parts sitting on this piece of paper, Greg cannot make any more parts. Now, when Don takes those 3 from him, then he can go ahead and make 3 more. Okay, we have 12. Okay, let's get the line fired up again. What we'd like to do is take the colored box and again see what the cycle time is going to be for 1 unit. So Jerry, if you can get your box ready, let's inject it in. Okay, we just hit the colored unit. Jerry, what's our time?
1 minute, 29 seconds.
1 minute, 29 seconds. A significant decrease in the cycle time of 1 unit through the system. Okay, now let's assume at this point that we had the same rework problem that we did before, a frozen bearing. Under a pull system with a lock quantity of 3 right now, what's our potential rework quantity? We have none at the assembly line, 3, 6, 9, and 0 down there. 9 units. Okay, what we'd like to do now is move to a lock quantity of 1. As you get into just in time, you find that the ideal that you shoot for is lock quantity of 1. That's perfection. That's like 0 defects. And what you find is that as you get into a just in time total quality assurance program, those are the goals that you're aiming for. Lot quantity of 1, 0 defects. Now we're going to clean our table off, and each workstation will now have 1 piece. Okay, let's stop for a second and see what our work in process is. You have 1 unit? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3.
Empty.
Let's say we have 4 right now. A significant decrease from a push of 6. Now let's get the line going again. Again, let's time 1 box. Jerry? Let's go.
How do you get training so I can get the same amount of money you make? Even though you work here less time. I took that kind of training already. That count? Take it.
Well, you're a good example why they call it dope now.
Okay, what's our time there, Jerry? 32 seconds? Cycle time also for 1 unit to go through the full assembly line, a significant decrease. Okay, now let's say again if we had the same quality problem that we saw earlier, our work in process now would be 3 units, 3 units. Quality problems now are much more visible to the line. Let's go ahead and start the lineup again. And this time, let's again have the same problem that Joe had before. I'm going to take the tube, open up both ends, inject it into the system, and let's watch what happens under pull system.
Go! Same problem. Where's the engineer? Still drinking coffee. Hurry!
Yeah, I need
3 minutes.
I'm running down the line. I got men standing around. I have to send them home.
Can't get it.
Hey,
I don't know what to do.
What's the problem, Joe?
Can't keep it in that tube. What's wrong here?
It's the same reoccurring problem, right?
Right. We didn't fix it last time.
Okay, we're going to get that fixed. I'm going to get with Stan Vukovich. We're going to get some new tubes in for you.
What are we doing in the meantime?
Work with it right now, and by tomorrow you'll have some new tubes.
All right, we'll give it a try.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Is that the same guy?
What we can say here is if engineering did do their job and did get back with purchasing and the problem was solved, we wouldn't have this happening the next time around. You also notice that when Joe had the problem, the rest of the line was very aware that there was a problem along the way, and their work was stopped until the problem was solved. So under a pull system, we can say that quality problems are very visible. That's the end of our skit.